Hi, welcome back. I wanted to welcome back to my channel. I wanted to today come on as I promised to speak to those of you that may have gotten a cancer diagnosis or know someone that has cancer. As a cancer survivor, I was diagnosed with endometrial cancer in 2010. And as a result, I ended up having to have surgery, but I was an advocate for myself and I refused to do chemo and radiology. And I just wasn't going to do chemo and radiation. And I didn't realize how they will nearly, you have to actually go before a hospital board if you refuse the recommended, their recommendations for treatment. But my doctor had explained to me, he was a great doctor. My oncologist, he had explained to me that what he was doing when he did the surgery was preemptive. So he ended up taking my lymph nodes, which I will say to anyone in the future, if you have to have any type of major surgery, if you can, don't allow them to remove your lymph nodes because it will cause you to have issues with swelling in your lower joints, like lymphedema. But what I do want to say is that I thank the Lord. That was in 2010 that I got the diagnosis. It is now, what, 14 years later, and I haven't had any reoccurrence, and I thank God for that. What I did to ensure my healing and continue health and wellness, I'm still on my journey for losing weight, but I have been juicing. And one of the books that I found during my particular time was this book, The Survival's Guide to Kicking Cancer's Ass. This book will walk you through every single aspect about this disease and fighting it that you need to know. And this book helped me to know everything I needed to do in terms of advocating for myself. So if you have a family member, suggest that they get this book. Sadly, I suggested this book to someone that was so Christian. They were too ultra Christian that just the title of the book, they refused to buy it. And come on, let's be honest. Christians say worse things than kick ass, okay? Most people say something worse than kick ass. But if you go on a solution and you want to be walked through all of the things that you're going to experience and know how to advocate for yourself with the doctors and not just let them tell you what they're going to do, but you decide based upon your faith and trust. Now, I'm not telling everyone who has a cancer diagnosis and who's recommended to have chemo and radiology not to do it. I'm not saying that. My faith told me that I didn't have to do it. And there are some things that I did spiritually. I went to fasting and praying and seeking God. And I dared to believe that God had performed spiritual chemo and radiation on me and it wasn't needed. So clearly, God did that for me. That's where my faith was. If your doctor recommends, there's some aggressive cancers that do require aggressive treatment beyond surgery. In those cases, follow what your doctor tells you. But please know everything you need to know about the procedures, the reactions. This book here was a lifesaver for me, and I recommend it to anyone that has a family member that's going through cancer or is trying to deal with that traumatic diagnosis. It's not the end of the world, but it feels like it initially. It feels like it. And what I did to remain healthy is I started juicing and fasting on a regular basis. And I make sure that you get green juice into your system. Green is representative of life. So get the green, make green juices out of spinach and kale and green apples and fennel, and just do that. This is another book that helped me change my eating habits. And this one is Crazy Sexy Diet. And this book right here had so many great smoothies in here to help you. So, because it's really important when you have had cancer and you want to prevent it from coming back or having a better outcome in your body, it's important to not eat. You know, when we eat and food is being digested through our system, particularly meat, it takes longer to digest it. So the body, if it's working on digesting your food, it doesn't have as much time freed up to heal your body. So it's important that if you have a diagnosis that you stay off of sugar, dairy. It's so amazing that when you see these different events that they have for cancer, where they're raising money or having these cancer walks, that every time they have something at the refreshment stand at the end of the walk, it's something that is sugar laden, like the granola bars are full of sugar, it's yogurt. They always have these things that these cells feed on. Make sure that you stay away from those types of things, and make sure, if you can, after you talk to your doctor, fast. Do intermittent fasting or fast every other day or do a juice fast. I made sure that every day, and even to this day, I do a green juice every single week, and I drink that for a whole day. So it is important for us to advocate for ourselves regarding our health. But I'm here, and there's many other people that have survived a cancer diagnosis, and we can continue to do that. And this is just my opinion, but I really believe that there's a cure for cancer. It's just maybe not available to. I believe the cure for cancer is our food and our health, the things that we put in our body. Our bodies can heal themselves, is what I believe. And if you put the right thing in it, the body will indeed heal itself. So I just wanted to come on today, as I had promised that I would come on and give some information on how, if you've gotten a diagnosis and you feel devastated. And on the spiritual side, I can say pray. Have someone to pray for you. Get someone that you know that can get a prayer through to be your prayer partner during this time and touch and agree with you daily about the desired outcome for healing that you want. So I just want to encourage you to know that God is no respecter of persons. If He healed me, He can heal you. And then one of the most important things is, please don't be angry, don't be resentful, don't be negative, don't be complaining, don't be saying negative and bad things about God or your situation. Just have a spirit of gratitude and thanksgiving. Everything that comes up on you, just say, God, I thank you for it. God, I thank you. Take on the attitude of being thankful, and you will be surprised of how circumstances will begin to change and shift, even in the worst circumstances. I pray that you all will be blessed. I pray that God will cause you to be healed of whatever your diagnosis is. And be blessed. And I look forward to our next conversation. Have a great day. Bye bye.